Good evening. Bit nervous about this one. What about out here? Obviously music and IT setup's not my forte, but good evening and welcome, Ms Miller, parents, staff and students of the college. Thank you for joining us this evening, the 12 co-curricular evening. I trust that you've enjoyed the supper provided by the college and the boys that were helping serve. Before we initiate the formal part of the evening, I'd like to ask Tane Martin to come forward to welcome country, which will be followed by Jack Alcorn, college captain, with a prayer.
I would like to acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the Tharawal Nation. It is upon their ancestral lands that St Gregory's College stands. As we share our own knowledge, teaching and learning within this school, may we also pay respect to the knowledge embedded forever within the Aboriginal custodianship of the country.
We begin in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God our Father, in the business of our days, we sometimes forget to stop and thank you for all that is good. Our blessings are many and are celebrated this evening. In Paul's letter to the Corinthians, he writes about the many gifts of God that God has given them. Now there are a variety of gifts, but the same Spirit, and there are varieties of services, but the same Lord, and there are varieties of activities, but it is the same God who activates all of them in everyone. To each is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good. To one is given through the Spirit the utterance of wisdom, and to another the utterance of knowledge according to the same Spirit. To another faith by the same Spirit. To another gifts of healing by the one Spirit. To another the working of miracles. To another prophecy. To another the discernment of spirits. To another various kinds of tongues. To another the interpretation of tongues. All these are activated by one and the same Spirit, who allots to each one individually just as the Spirit shows. Just as the body is one and many members, and all the members of the body, though many are one body, so it is with Christ. For in one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, Jews or Greeks, slaves or free, and we were all made to drink of one Spirit. But strive for the greater gifts, and I will show you a still more excellent way. We pray with gratefulness for the gift of living, for the health and skills we possess, to be involved in so many sporting and cultural pursuits, and for the opportunities we are offered every day. Help us to pray, remember that what we enjoy is your gift to us. Say, Master and Champagne, Mary, our good mother, in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Good evening, Mr Miller, parents, staff and students. I trust you all have a booklet outlining the awards to be presented this evening. There are some extra copies if you haven't been able to receive one. We'll get one on the way up. Each boy who's represented the college in any sport or co-curricular pursuit as a Year 12 student will receive a certificate of commendation tonight. Each student will be presented in alphabetical order, so we ask you please hold your applause until Mr Sawyer indicates. At intervals throughout the presentation, some of the captains or leaders of those co-curricular teams will give a brief overview. There'll be some trophies distributed in a variety of areas for outstanding achievement at the CCC, state and national representation levels. To start our proceedings this evening, I call forward two boys to provide a short overview of the co-curricular areas.
Two teams were entered into the Year 12 CSDA debating competition one comprising of Sean Maben, Rohan Indap, Miguel Tamandong and Christian Iriardi, the other featuring Josh Ashkar, Court Langford, Vincent Herzchuk and myself. Boasting the massive brain power of some of the grade's brightest, Rohan, Miguel and Sean finished the season with 3 wins and 3 losses, whereas we finished the season with 5 wins from the 6 debates, our finals campaign ending at the semi-final after a very promising run. However, it was not just the luck of the draw which saw us progress so far, with a debate between the 2 senior sides going the way of us underdogs. As a result, which still brings tears to Rohan's eyes and leaves bruises to Christian's ego. However, all rivalry aside, the debates almost feel irrelevant compared to the mateship developed between us boys. Season highlights include Court asking students from the North Shore to find their manners and hearing Christian explain how big a stitch-up his team has been handed after every loss. The Year 12 debating season will be looked back on as a bittersweet ride. Though tainted with dreams and aspirations of what could have been, they will fondly be remembered solely due to the warmth and kindness of Miss Santos and Mrs. Curry, whose support and care over the last 6 years is entirely above and beyond what you could have asked for. Other important mentions go to Mr. Nelson, the bluntest coach on earth, and to Mrs. Miller, Mrs. Gardner and Mrs. Davidson, as well as all the other coaches and teachers who gave up consecutive Fridays for months on end. But again, to Mrs. Santos, your help and work will never go unappreciated. The care you show us and the hours which you give mean the world to so many people here, and we could never thank you enough.
Good evening. This year's cricket squad has continued the rich vein in form that the college has been accustomed to over the years by its cricket sides, with strong performances across all competitions. This included our back-to-back triumph of the Mars Cricket Carnival and another successful defence of our MCS crown. The team also featured in the combined Catholic Colleges final, which we came runners-up. The least said about that, the better. Credit has to be given to the boys for these strong performances and how we conducted ourselves as a team. Despite the fact we possessed some superstars in our team, it was the way we performed as a collective that brought us our best results, whether it be our camaraderie in the field or players stepping into the squad when called upon. This is a real tribute to the boys and the team culture. I'd like to make a special thanks to Mr. Jamison and Mr. Lance, who have been an integral part of the college's cricket setup over the years, and especially throughout my involvement with the first 11. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Mr. Lance's 21st Marsh Carnival this year, which is an unreal effort from Chevy. Their commitment and efforts have definitely coincided with the team's successes over the past couple of years. Last but not least, a special mention has to go to Mr. Morrissey, who this year took over in the coaching role in the wake of Jamo's departure. He has fitted in exceptionally well, and I'm sure all the boys appreciate your effort, and we wish you every success for the future. Cheers.
I now call forward Mr. Sawyer, our Assistant Year 12 Coordinator, to announce the first group of representatives, and Mr. Miller, who will be presenting the certificates and awards.
Jack Alcorn, ISA Open Cricket Team, ISA Rugby First 15, MCS Cricket 4th Grade 2nd Division Semi-Finalist, MCS Rugby League Opens 4th Grade 2nd Division Grand Finalist, Musical Chorus, ISA Rugby Union 1st Grade Coaches Award. Riley Alcorn, ISA Rugby First 15, ISA Rugby Union 1st Grade Captain. Charlie Allen, ISA Open Cricket Team, ISA Rugby First 15, Morris Cricket Carnival Premiers, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Cricket Second Grade First Division, Cricket Second Grade Coaches Award, MCS Representative Athletics Team. Louis Yamato, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, Band, ISA Rugby First 15, MCS Rugby League Opens Third Grade Second Division Semi-Finalist, MCS Swimming Team Champions, Musical Lead, North Shore Invitational Swimming Carnival Champions, Volleyball. Joshua Ashkar, CCC Representative Swimming, CSDA Debating, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition, MCS Rugby League Opens Third Grade Second Division Semi-Finalist, MCS Swimming Representative, MCS Swimming Team Champions, North Shore Invitational Swimming Carnival Champions, New South Wales All School Representative Swimming, Swimming Captain, Swimming Open Age Champion, Debating Elimination Finalist. Joshua Azapati, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Representative Athletics Team. Andrew Bedingfield, MCS Cricket 4th Grade Second Division Semi-Finalist, MCS Rugby League Opens 3rd Grade Second Division Semi-Finalist. Kyle Burkout, MCS Tennis Team. Daniel Bartolo, ISA Football First Grade Premiers. Dylan Bourdignon, ISA Football First Grade Premiers, ISA Football First Grade Captain. Benjamin Brown, MCS Cricket 5th Grade Second Division Grand Finalist, Cricket 5th Grade Player of the Year. Michael Calcutt, CSDA Debating, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition, MCS AFL Under-17 Coach, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition Impromptu Award Winner, Debating Elimination Finalist. Ian Carlisle, Australian Opens Cricket Representative, CCC Downey Trophy Cricket Grand Finalist, ISA Football First Grade Premiers, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Cricket First Grade Premiers, MCS Football First Grade, New South Wales All Schools Cricket Team, Athletics 17-Year Age Champion, MCS Representatives Athletics Team, MCS 17-Year Athletics Age Champion. I'll ask you to join me in congratulating these young men. Mitchell Carter, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Cross Country Championship Team, MCS Cross Country Representative, New South Wales All Schools Representative Cross Country, New South Wales CCC Cross Country Representative, Mock Trial State Premiers. Damien Cantanzariti, ISA Football First Grade Premiers. Lachlan Cato, MCS Chess Championship, Chess Senior Award. Braden Chalice, ISA Football First Grade Premiers, ISA Open Cricket Team, ISA Rugby 3rd 15, MCS Cricket 3rd Grade Second Division Premiers, MCS Golf Opens Team Event, MCS Rugby League Opens 4th Grade Second Division Grand Finalist, Show Cattle and Sheep Team, Rugby League 4th Grade Most Improved Player, ISA Rugby Union 3rd Grade Player of the Year, ISA Cricket 1st Grade Most Improved Player. Damien Chown, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, MCS Athletics Team Championship Event, MCS Cross Country Championship Team. Lawson Clark, CCC Downey Trophy Cricket Grand Finalist, Mars Cricket Carnival Premiers, MCS Cricket First Grade Premiers, MCS Rugby League Opens 3rd Grade Second Division Semi-Finalist, New South Wales All Schools Cricket Team. Connor Colbrand, Show Cattle and Sheep Team. Michael Conlon, MCS Football First Grade Coaches Award. Bailey Dickinson, CCC Downey Trophy Cricket Grand Finalist, GIO Rugby League Semi-Finalist, MCS Cricket First Grade Premiers, MCS Rugby League First Grade Premiers, New South Wales All Schools Cricket Team, Cricket First Grade Coaches Award. Ashley Dunlop, CCC Basketball First Grade Competition, CCC Cup Rugby League, GIO Rugby League Semi-Finalist, ISA Basketball First Grade, ISA Rugby First 15, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Basketball First Grade, MCS Rugby League First Grade Premiers, North Shore Invitational Swimming Carnival Champion, Athletics Open Age Champion, MCS Athletics Representative. Matthew Edwards, Marist Basketball Carnival, MCS Basketball Second Grade Captain. James Estefan, CCC Cup Rugby League, MCS Rugby League First Grade Premiers, Rugby League Second Grade Captain. Adams Fitzpatrick, ISA Rugby Third 15, Show Cattle and Sheep Team. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Band, Musical Chorus. Please congratulate these young men. Lachlan Freen, ISA Rugby First 15, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Rugby League Opens 4th Grade 2nd Division Grand Finalist, ISA Rugby Union First Grade Most Improved Player. Harrison Fuller, ISA Rugby 3rd 15, MCS Rugby League Opens 4th Grade 2nd Division Grand Finalist, ISA Rugby Union 3rd Grade Most Improved Player. Cohen Galea, MCS Cricket 2nd Grade 1st Division, MCS Rugby League Opens 3rd Grade 2nd Division Semi-Finalist. Declan Grahala, CCC Representative Swimming, CCC Swimming Age Champion, ISA Rugby 3rd 15, MCS Swimming Representative, MCS Swimming Team Champions, North Shore Invitational Swimming Carnival Champions, New South Wales All School Representative Swimming, Swimming Captain, New South Wales All Schools Pan-Pacific Games New South Wales Swimming Team. Alexander Guilfo, ISA Football First Grade Premiers, MCS Football Second Grade Premiers. Thomas Hand, Musical Lead. Reese Harrington, CCC Cup Rugby League, MCS Rugby League First Grade Premiers. Vincent Herezachuk, CCC Downey Trophy Cricket Grand Finalist, CSDA Debating, ISA Football First Grade Premiers, Mars Cricket Carnival Merit Team, Mars Cricket Carnival Premiers, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Cricket First Grade Premiers, New South Wales All Schools Cricket Team, Debating Elimination Finalist, Athletics 17-year age runner-up, MCS Representative Athletics Team, MCS 17-year Athletics age runner-up. Rohan Indap, CCC Downey Trophy Cricket Grand Finalist, CSDA Debating, Mars Cricket Carnival Merit Team, Mars Cricket Carnival Premiers, MCS Cricket First Grade Premiers, New South Wales All Schools Cricket Team, Debating Senior Award, Mock Trial Premiers. Christian Iriarty, CSDA Debating, MCS Cricket 5th Grade 2nd Division Grand Finalist, MCS Football First Grade, Cricket 5th Grade Coaches Award, Mock Trial State Premiers. Please congratulate these young men.
I would now like to introduce to our musical performance for the evening, Dominic Robinson, who will perform Wicked.
Gentlemen, my name is Dominic Robinson and I'm a part of the Year 12 music class for 2017. We've had a lot of musical stuff this year, including the musical of Beauty and the Beast, which some of you might have seen. And what we've been working on all year is our majors, which are due on Wednesday, which is basically 4 performances. And here's one of mine. It's
I think we owe him another round of applause. Well done, Dominic. Thank you. I now ask our next two students to come up and give a brief overview of their co-curricular activities. Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. How are we? Just like to say again, thank you, Dom, for your performance, whether it be in the musical or just in your singing. You always manage to make yourself the cocky, arrogant, but self-sure and confident person we all know. Okay, I better stop ripping on him now. The musical, I believe, has been one of the best decisions that I ever made coming to this college. I've wanted to do it for a fair while, but struggled to work up the confidence until my good mate Tom, somewhere out there in the audience, he said to me at the beginning of this year, "Come on, mate, it's our last year, give it a go." And I thought, yeah, why not? Might end up with a little part in the background, no big deal. So I went, nervous as hell, knees shaking, and later on Miss tells me, "Okay, Hugh, could you do Lumiere for me?" And I'm like, "Wait, you mean me, right? You sure? You know I've never done this before, right?" But she did, so I went, go with it. And I cannot believe how happy I am that I did. Many people think that the favourite part of it was doing the production itself, performing up on that stage over there during the night, and in many ways it was, but that's not the night I remember. The nights I remember were the ones that came after school, on Wednesday afternoons and weekends, when we'd all be gathering here with Miss Dean, learning our lines, her nearly ripping her hair out if we didn't know them. But it was just the gentle banter we did with one another, meeting new people, learning friends. That's the stuff that'll really stick with me. Our school motto is, "What you sow, so shall you reap." And I think the musical in many ways reflected that, because it was many long slogs in the afternoon to try and get it all together, but in the end, it paid off and we did a lot out of it. Okay, I think I've waffled on for long enough now to be socially acceptable. So to just sum it all up, I'll just say this one last thing, because it's a pun, but forgive me. Thank you for letting me be your guest.
Thanks for providing the tough act to follow. No notes, nothing. You just spoke the whole time. I thought I was good at speaking. Anyway. So I'm here for the first grade soccer team. And these pages aren't going to stay right. It's going to be great. Okay. The 2017 season for first grade football was a relatively disjointed and disappointing one. With the first 4 rounds of the season being washed out, it left 7 rounds for us to make our campaign towards the finals. A bye in round 5 meant that the team didn't see game action till round 6, when we played a talented Parramatta side. Going into the game with little training and no match practice, combined with multiple injuries to the side's senior players, saw us lose 2-1. Heartbreaking loss to the team that would eventually go on to win the championship. Round 7 saw us hosting Blacktown, and with 2 players ending up in hospital and a red card thanks to Wade Adams early in the second half, another 2-1 loss was dealt to us, seeing us sitting in the lower positions of the ladder. With only 4 rounds left, there was little wiggle room for error, and even if we did go on to win every match, we had to rely heavily on other fixtures to go our way to make the finals. A 4-0 victory against Trinity College, followed by 2 forfeits from St. Pat's and St. John Paul, meant that it would come down to the final week of football to see whether we had a top 4 finish. The final round was yet another bye, and long behold, another washed out round, meaning the boys would have to cope with a 5th spot finish, 1 tantalising point away from the finals. But making the semi-finals the previous year of the CCC tournament, falling short at the last hurdle, was a tremendous feat for the lads and something I know they're very proud of. All the boys agree that most of them playing for the school together for 6 years brought them closer, and it's these lifelong friendships and memories that will stick with them in contrast to the disappointing season of 2017. After all, the majority of the squad comprised of boys who had been playing soccer together since Year 7, and in those 6 years, they lost a total of 5 games, which is a grand achievement in and of itself. I only became a part of the squad in Year 10 and shared some great experiences of jubilations with the fellas. The others who have been in it since Year 7 have shared with me even more memories that still to this day hold profound importance to them. Without the support and determination of Mr. Graham, Mr. O'Brien and Mr. Clark, the first grade soccer side would not have been able to take away from this journey such great experiences and valuable lessons that they taught us along the way. So for this, I would like to say a huge thank you to you two on behalf of the squad. Because if it's something I know all the boys have extracted from your lessons, it's that football means a lot more than the skills and training required to play it. It's about your character. It's about the way you treat your opposition and how well you carry yourself away from the pitch that matters. And that is something that this group of fine young men will take away with them for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. As coach of that team, it was a heartbreaking year with only three games, but as Christian said there, those boys have travelled a long journey since Year 7 and only losing 5 games, so it's a massive achievement, so well done. Thanks, guys. Really enjoyed it. I'd now like to invite Ms Sawyer and Mr Miller back to the stage to award the next round of awards, please.
Shannon Jan, band. Kuzi Jaravani, ISA Open Cricket Team, ISA Rugby 3rd 15, MCS Cricket 2nd Grade 1st Division, ISA Cricket 1st Grade Player of the Year. Jack Kelly, CCC Cup Rugby League, GIO Rugby League semi-finalist, ISA Basketball 1st Grade, ISA Rugby 1st 15, MCS Cricket 3rd Grade 2nd Division Premiers, MCS Rugby League 1st Grade Premiers, Rugby League 1st Grade Most Improved Player, ISA Basketball 1st Grade Coaches Award. Benjamin Kennedy, MCS Cricket 4th Grade 2nd Division Semi-Finalist. Derek Comban, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, Mock Trial State Premiers. Aaron Krelsheim, MCS Basketball 2nd Grade, Basketball 2nd Grade Most Improved Player. Tanmay Kalkani, CCC Tennis Team, CSDA Public Speaking Competition, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition, MCS Cricket 3rd Grade 2nd Division Premiers, MCS Tennis Team, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition 2nd Place winner. Court Langford, CSDA Debating, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition, MCS Football 1st Grade, Football 1st Grade Most Improved Player, Debating Elimination Finalist. Silas Lawther, ISA Rugby 1st 15, MCS Rugby League Opens 4th Grade 2nd Division Grand Finalist, Rugby League 4th Grade Player of the Year. Daniel Lowe, CCC Tennis Team, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition, MCS Tennis Team, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition 3rd Place winner. Marcus Limberis, ISA Football 1st Grade Premiers, MCS Cross Country Championship Team, MCS Football 1st Grade. Sean Maben, CSDA Debating, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition Senior Shield Award winner, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition 1st Place winner, Mock Trial State Premiers. William Mannix, ISA Basketball under 17, ISA Rugby 3rd 15, MCS Cricket 4th grade 2nd Division semi-finalist, Musical Chorus, ISA Basketball 17-Year Coaches Award. Please congratulate these young men. Kyle Marshall, CCC Cup Rugby League, ISA Basketball under 17, ISA Rugby 2nd 15, MCS Rugby League Open 2nd grade. Tane Martin, ISA Rugby 2nd 15, MCS Cricket 2nd grade 1st Division, MCS Rugby League Opens 3rd grade 2nd Division semi-finalist. Sean Mormel, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, MCS Football 2nd grade premiers. Nathan McCarthy, ISA Open Cricket Team, ISA Rugby 3rd 15, MCS Cricket 3rd grade 2nd Division premiers, MCS Rugby League Open 4th grade 2nd Division grand finalist, Rugby League 4th grade captain, ISA Rugby Union 3rd grade captain, Cricket 3rd grade most improved player. Lachlan McLean, ISA Football 1st grade premiers, MCS Cricket 4th grade 2nd Division semi-finalist, MCS Swimming Team champions, North Shore Invitational Swimming Carnival champions, Show Cattle and Sheep Team, ISA Football 1st grade most improved player. Cody McNeese, CCC Cup Rugby League, GAO Rugby League semi-finalist, MCS Rugby League 1st grade premiers, Rugby League 1st grade captain. Benjamin McWilliams, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, MCS Basketball 2nd grade, Basketball 2nd grade Coaches Award. Joshua Miller, MCS Cricket 4th grade 2nd Division semi-finalist, Cricket 4th grade captain. Kurt Mills, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, CCC Basketball 1st grade competition, Marist Basketball Carnival, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Basketball 1st grade captain, MCS Basketball 1st grade, MCS Representative Athletics Team. Liam Mock, CCC Rugby League, GIO Rugby League semi-finalist, ISA Rugby 1st 15. Marcus Moore, CCC Cup Rugby League, GIO Rugby League semi-finalist, MCS Rugby League 1st grade premiers, MCS Swimming Team champions, Rugby League 1st grade Coaches Award. Hugh Munford, Musical Lead, Musical Senior Award Performance. Please congratulate these young men. Jack Murray, CCC Cup Rugby League, GIO Rugby League semi-finalist, ISA Rugby 1st 15, MCS Rugby League 1st grade premiers. Liam Neeson, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, CCC Cup Rugby League, ISA Open Cricket Team, Mars Cricket Carnival Premiers, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Cricket 2nd grade 1st Division, MCS Cross Country Championship Team, MCS Cross Country Representative, MCS Rugby League Open 2nd grade, New South Wales All Schools Representative Cross Country, New South Wales CCC Cross Country Representative, Cricket 2nd grade Player of the Year, Cricket 2nd grade Captain. David Newen, MCS Basketball 2nd grade. Hamish Nixon, ISA Rugby 2nd 15. Jack Nixon, ISA Rugby 1st 15, MCS Cricket 3rd grade 2nd Division Premiers, MCS Rugby League Open 2nd grade. Liam Novak, All Schools Triathlon Competition Individual Event, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, CCC Representative Swimming, MCS Swimming Representative, MCS Swimming Team Champions, MCS Tennis Team, North Shore Invitational Swimming Carnival Champions, New South Wales All Schools Representative Swimming. Michael O'Rourke, MCS Cricket 5th grade 2nd Division Grand Finalist, MCS Football 1st grade, MCS Football 1st grade Representative. Carl Osborne, ISA Football First Grade Premiers, MCS Cricket 5th Grade Second Division Grand Finalist, Cricket 5th Grade Captain. Oliver Paparo, MCS Cricket 5th Grade Second Division Grand Finalist, MCS Rugby League Opens 4th Grade Second Division Grand Finalist. Ethan Parry, CCC Cup Rugby League, GIO Rugby League Semi-Finalist, ISA Rugby First 15, MCS Rugby League First Grade Premiers, Rugby League First Grade Player of the Year, CCC Representative Rugby League Open Team, Australian Schoolboy Representative Rugby League. Samuel Patain, ISA Football First Grade Premiers, MCS Football Second Grade Premiers, ISA Football First Grade Coaches Award. Brendan Fan, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, CCC Basketball First Grade Competition, ISA Basketball First Grade, Marist Basketball Carnival, MCS Basketball First Grade, Basketball First Grade Player of the Year. Christopher Plain, CCC Representative Softball, MCS Cricket 4th Grade Second Division Semi-Finalist, MCS Softball Representative, Cricket 4th Grade Coaches Award, Cricket 4th Grade Most Improved Player. Please join me in congratulating these young men.
I now call the last two of our student representatives, Cody and Riley, to come and speak, please.
My St Greg's rugby career began in 2012 with a massive 180-0 defeat to Marist Canberra. I can't remember anyone managing to tackle them all game, quite different to the team I was blessed to be a part of this year. St Greg's rugby started off pretty rough for me, but as the interest increased and the boarders came in from all over New South Wales, we grew as a team. We grew in skill, determination and success. So successful, in fact, we managed to keep the losses within 60 by year 8. Year 9, we grew more and more and managed to actually piece together some wins. By year 10, we came second and only lost one game, the most successful under-16s team in St Greg's rugby history to date. Along came Mr. Malasilia and Mr. Ryan with a fresh perspective and attitude. We worked hard in the gym, in the holidays and on the field in the pre-season. We trained after the swimming carnival and after the cross-country. We even trained on the hottest day this year. There's no excuses with those two. As 2017 started, so did another set of challenges we were determined to conquer. Our new and improved side with a few Year 11 kids and even 2 Year 10 boys was looking promising. Our first challenge was one of the biggest that St Greg's rugby had ever faced, versing Joey's seconds. We've only ever been allowed to play their thirds for safety reasons, and even then, we've never won. They've been together for years and trained 5 times a week, but that's nothing a determined St Greg's team couldn't overcome. We knocked them off with a narrow 5-0 scoreline at their home ground, the first and not the last time I cried tears of joy with this team. Our season continued to build as we came against Oak Hill, a favourite to win the comp at their home ground. The boys from year 7 to 12 stayed behind and created an electric atmosphere. We came from behind with 4 minutes to go and won the game. Another record. The first time St Greg's has beaten Oak Hill, but we weren't done yet. Along came Kinross for Indigenous round at our home field. I had a look at the shield before the game and it taunted me with Kinross repeatedly engraved on it as St Greg's was yet to win. This was another tight game with plenty of ups and downs, but true to the team spirit this year, we came through, a 3rd record in 1 year. In saying this, as good as we were, I'm not going to act like we're invincible. We had our fair share of losses. Versing St Augustine's and Stannies was tough, but we held our heads high with strong performances in each game. To conclude, the most successful first 15 team St Greg's has ever fielded was only possible to 3 significant factors. 1, the sheer determination of the coaching staff, including Mr. Malasilia, Mr. Ryan, Mr. Hawkins, Mr. Morrissey, Miss Burke and Mr. Spencer, giving hours of their time outside school for training, meetings and game day responsibilities. We wouldn't have been able to win a single game if it wasn't for the blood, sweat and tears these teachers laid out for us, and it didn't go unappreciated. 2 was the passion of the younger boys who cheered till they lost their voices, always pushing us to dig deeper. And 3 was the commitment of every boy in the squad who worked tirelessly throughout the year. I hope the legacy and performances of St Greg's Rugby continue to grow, and I'm truly happy to have led the boys into battle throughout the season, a memory I won't forget. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Miller, parents, teachers, and fellow students of Year 12. This year, for the 2017 Rugby League first grade team, marked one of the most successful Rugby League years since 2005, winning the Metropolitan Catholic Schools competition and making the semi-finals in the GAO Schoolboy Cup, where we were unfortunately knocked out by a high-class school football team in Hills Sports High School. This season started in late December of 2016 when Mr. Newell called the annual meeting for the selection of the first grade team, and where we were astonished by the amount of eager boys wanting to put on the striped blue and maroon jersey. Our first game of the season was a trial against Patrician Brothers College Blacktown, with us going down in numbers due to representative commitments and injuries. The players came up short with a limited team against one of the strongest teams in New South Wales. Due to efforts displayed by these Greggs boys, it gave our team confidence that we can go very far in our schoolboy competitions. One of the standout games was the grand final against St Dominic's College Penrith, where we found ourselves leading going into half-time. Then the second half starts with St Dominic's scoring 3 quick tries, putting them in front, raising the pressure for our boys to dig deep and work hard to win the Metropolitan Catholic Schools competition 2 years in a row. We sealed the victory with Marcus Moore barging over the line, getting the win, showing the true culture of the Greggs boys to never give up until the final whistle was blown. One of our most dominant performances of this year was the quarter-final in the GIO Schoolboy Cup against Arundel, with the scoreline being 58-8, with high-class performances from the entire team. This performance was due to a strong display of rugby league up in Newcastle and Maitland, which put us in good stead to play well and get us further than any team in the past 12 years. I would like to congratulate Ethan Parry and Matt Stimson for making the New South Wales Combined Catholic Colleges schoolboy team, and Ethan Parry going one step further in making the Australian schoolboy side, showing the skill and quality of players we had in this year's team. I would also like to congratulate the St Gregory's College students for always coming to our games and supporting us and keeping the culture alive, and to the coaching staff, which consisted of Mr. Newell, Miss Burke, Mr. Bullock, Mr. Hughes, Mr. Dixon, and Elizabeth Callahan for always supporting us players and getting us to where we did this year. Finally, to the players of the first grade team, I'd like to say thank you for letting me lead you boys this season. It's been an honour to play alongside you in the blue and maroon and create memories that will last a lifetime. Sky blue and maroon will never walk alone. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy your night.
I now call forward Mr Sawyer to announce the final group of recipients, together with Mr Miller, Mr O'Brien, to present those.
Nicholas Powell, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, CCC Basketball First Grade Competition, Marist Basketball Carnival, MCS Basketball First Grade, MCS Cross Country Championship Team, MCS Football Second Grade Premiers, Basketball First Grade Most Improved Player. Samuel Price, CCC Basketball First Grade Competition, ISA Basketball First Grade, ISA Rugby First 15, Marist Cricket Carnival Premiers, MCS Cricket Second Grade First Division, MCS Cricket Third Grade Second Division Premiers, ISA Basketball First Grade Captain. Samuel Prince, ISA Rugby Third 15, Show Cattle and Sheep Team, Show Team Encouragement Award. Dominic Robinson, Band, ISA Football First Grade Premiers, MCS Cricket 5th Grade Second Division Grand Finalist, Musical Lead, Musical Senior Award Contribution. Brent Rushworth, All Schools Triathlon Competition Team Event, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Cross Country Championship Team, MCS Cross Country Representative, New South Wales CCC Cross Country Representative, Cross Country Captain, MCS Representative Athletics Team. Declan Ryan, MCS Basketball Second Grade Player of the Year. Ryan Sakowicz, CCC Tennis Team, Tennis Captain. Thomas Samuel, ISA Rugby Third 15. Tawadi Sameka, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Rugby League Opens Third Grade Second Division Semi-Finalist, Volleyball. Bailey Singh, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition, ISA Rugby Third 15, Musical Chorus, Gordon Feder Place Public Speaking Competition Encouragement Award winner. Daniel Slane, CCC Downey Trophy Cricket Grand Finalist, Maris Cricket Carnival Merit Team, Maris Cricket Carnival Premiers, MCS Cricket First Grade Premiers, MCS Football First Grade, MCS Football First Grade Representative, New South Wales All Schools Cricket Team, Cricket First Grade Player of the Year, Cricket First Grade Captain. Nathan Sofa, ISA Rugby Third 15, MCS Rugby League Opens Third Grade Second Division Semi-Finalist. Jordan Sprock, Musical Chorus. Joseph Stewart, GAO Rugby League Semi-Finalist, ISA Rugby First 15, MCS Rugby League First Grade Premiers. Matt Stimson, CCC Cup Rugby League, CCC Downey Trophy Cricket Grand Finalist, GIO Rugby League Semi-Finalist, ISA Open Cricket Team, ISA Rugby First 15, Marist Cricket Carnival Merit Team, Marist Cricket Carnival Premiers, MCS Athletics Championship Team, MCS Cricket First Grade Premiers, New South Wales All Schools Cricket Team, ISA Cricket First Grade Captain, MCS Representative Athletics Team, CCC Representative Rugby League Open Team. Please join me in congratulating these young men. Miguel Tamangdong, CSDA Debating. Jack Trappett, ISA Rugby Second 15, MCS Rugby League Opens Third Grade Second Division Semi-Finalist, Rugby League Third Grade Captain. Christian Urso, CCC Cup Rugby League, GAO Rugby League Semi-Finalist, MCS Rugby League First Grade Premiers. Marcelino Verhey, ISA Rugby First 15, MCS Rugby League Open Second Grade. Samuel Velata, CCC Cup Rugby League, GIO Rugby League Semi-Finalist, ISA Rugby First 15, MCS Rugby League First Grade Premiers, ISA Rugby Union First Grade Player of the Year. Isaac White, MCS Cricket Third Grade Second Division Premiers, MCS Rugby League Opens Third Grade Second Division Semi-Finalist, Musical Chorus, Cricket Third Grade Captain. Nicholas White, ISA Rugby Third 15, MCS Rugby League Opens Fourth Grade Second Division Grand Finalist. Brett Whittard, MCS Chess Championship, Musical Chorus. Please join me in congratulating these young men.
I'll now call forward our Acting Sports and Co-curricular Coordinator, Mr O'Brien, to announce the students who have represented the college at Triple C and national level, and also to present the Sportsman of the Year and All-Rounder of the Year awards. Mr Miller will present those awards.
Thank you very much, Mr Graham, for the warm welcome. Thank you to all parents, friends, teachers and guests for being here tonight and showing your support for these fine young men. Gentlemen, congratulations on all of your achievements. We've now reached the part of the night where we shine a spotlight on some of the major achievements of certain outstanding young men who have gone above and beyond in their extracurricular endeavours. We'll start by acknowledging the two boys who have been participating in the Duke of Edinburgh program. The Duke of Edinburgh program requires students to participate in a range of activities, including orienteering, charity work, and developing a new skill. I'd like to call Lachlan O'Neill to the stage, who is receiving his silver medallion for Duke of Edinburgh. Our second recipient for the Duke of Edinburgh Award is Josh Ashkar. Josh Ashkar has received his bronze medallion in the Duke of Edinburgh this year. We will continue now by acknowledging two boys who have achieved an extremely noteworthy achievement over consecutive years in the college. Whilst these two achievements are not normally mentioned at Co-curricular night, they have a special mention tonight because we are not sure if we've seen them before or will see them again. Our first student being congratulated for his commitment to the tennis program in the college, winning the MCS doubles tennis for the last 4 years in a row. I'd like to invite Liam Novak to the stage to receive his award. Our second student has achieved an unprecedented result in his sporting discipline over the past 6 years in St Gregory's College. The award goes to a student who has won the school's cross-country carnival for the last 6 years in a row, and then has gone on to win the MCS cross-country carnival on top of that in all years. I'd like to call upon Brent Rushworth to receive his special award tonight. And we'll give those two boys another round of applause. Thank you. To make the proceedings a little smoother, I'm going to read out a series of names, and if you hear a name, boys, may you stand, make your way around the back like you did before, and I'll present those awards in order. So Mitchell Carter, Liam Neeson, Liam Novak, Ethan Parry, Matt Stimson, Josh Ashkar, Robert Wakab, Declan Grohala, Christopher Plain. The boys making their way to the stage have all excelled in whatever discipline they have chosen and have made it past the MCS level and achieved honours at the CCC level, which is the Combined Catholic Colleges level. We'll start with Mitchell Carter, receiving his award for his New South Wales CCC Cross Country. We'll just hold the applause to the end as well, thank you. Secondly, Liam Neeson, New South Wales CCC Cross Country. Receiving two awards, Liam Novak, New South Wales CCC Triathlon and New South Wales CCC Swimming. Ethan Parry, New South Wales CCC Rugby League. Matt Stimson, New South Wales CCC Rugby League. Josh Ashkar, New South Wales CCC Swimming. Declan Grohala, New South Wales CCC Swimming and also all schools swimming. Our last recipient in this category is Christopher Plain, who is also receiving 2 awards for New South Wales CCC softball and all schools softball. I'd ask you to congratulate the following award recipients. The next 2 gentlemen are the only 2 gentlemen who have gone on to achieve higher than the CCC representative pathway, and they have represented and participated at a national level. Receiving a shield for outstanding achievements, I'd like to invite the following boys back to the stage to collect their shields. Ethan Parry, for his involvement in the Australian Schoolboys Rugby League. And Declan Grohala for National Swimming Representative and Pan Pacific Games. May we please have another round of applause for these young men. This brings us to our final 2 awards for the night, the 2 major awards, the Sportsman of the Year and the All-Rounder of the Year. The recipients of the following major awards are determined through a point system. Points are accrued by the students throughout the academic year based on awards received by the individual and also the teams they've been a part of. Points also correlate to the magnitude of the achievement. The higher the achievement, the more points awarded. I'd like to acknowledge at this point that some boys have participated in co-curricular events which are outside of the schoolboys pathway, and these activities are not counted in the calculation of our major awards. Our first award for tonight is the Sportsman of the Year. The winner for this year's Sportsman of the Year had the highest points amongst any student in the Year 12 cohort. While the student did participate in more than one sporting avenue, it was their overwhelming success in their chosen field that has proven to be dominant. The recipient of the 2017 Sportsman of the Year is Declan Grohala. And our final award for the night, the All-Rounder of the Year. Like the Sportsman of the Year, the all-rounder needs to accumulate the highest points amongst his peers. The difference being, the all-rounder cannot be someone who has only accumulated points via the sporting programs. They must have participated in other co-curricular elements of the college. This year's representative has a balance of involvement in the college life across debating, public speaking, swimming, and rugby league commitments. The recipient of the 2017 All-Rounder of the Year is Josh Ashker. I'd like to just give one last round of applause to our 2 major award winners and everyone else who's received an award here tonight.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. I now call forward Mr. Miller, our college headmaster, to address us this evening.
Thanks, Mr. Graham. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of Year 12, and welcome to our assembly tonight. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all those gentlemen who have got awards. We had boys come up here who got 1 notice on the certificate, other boys had more than 10. I don't think it matters whether you have 1 or you have more than 10. The fact that everyone got out there and had a go is the big point about the whole message. We've got boys sitting here before us who are obviously very, very talented in one particular sport area. We've got boys who can play a number of sports across, and they've done very well in that area. We have some boys who have the one talent, and they work that talent to the best of their ability. And I think that's one of the strengths of this particular year group. When I reflected back on the year and what they've achieved in their leadership of sport and the cultural side of the college, I think it's been an outstanding year for them. I go back to the mock trial last year at the end of the year. We only got the result in December. But it's important to know that St Greg's has never been in the final of a mock trial, ever. The fact that this team was the first team to win that mock trial under the name of St Gregory's is a credit to them and Mr Bullock, who looked after them so well. I remember that day at the final and the other principal saying to me, did you ever think St Greg's and the Central Coast Grammar School, Christian School, would be here at the final? And usually, if you know what the mock trial is, it's usually schools like Scott's and Knox, Joey's, those sort of places who are in the final and win it. So the fact that these gentlemen have put St Greg's on the map in that area says a lot about their talent and the ability of Mr Bullock to coach them through it. Then we move on to the next part of the year. In our cricket, as you know, we do very well in cricket. We've won the MCS again. They went on and won the Marist Cricket Carnival in Cairns. We had a number of boys put into the Marist Merit team from that, and they've got the All Schools coming up a bit later in the year. Cricket is obviously one of our strengths. And I'll come back to that in another issue, talking about something else. Then if you move on to the rugby league, the soccer, the rugby union, again, had an amazing year there. In particular, I look at the rugby league side, the fact that we're not a selective sports high school, and the fact that that team went through to the semi-finals of the GIO Cup for the first time since 2005, that says a lot about the team. And when I spoke to Mr Newell about it, I said it wasn't just about the talent, it was about the ability of them all working together as people. And I think the fact that they had the teamship, we heard mateship used up here tonight as well, and I think that word is the thing that really binds them together and binds them together so well. So the fact that they won the MCS and went so far in the GIO Cup, I think that's an amazing step. I look at the first grade soccer, we talk MCS. Now they've won that for the last 3 years in a row. This year was an unusual year from the point of view, early in the year we lost 20 to 30 boys who left the school for apprenticeships. And a number of those boys would have been in first grade soccer this year for sure, and they would have been coming through, as we heard others say, from year 7, and the strength was there. So the fact that we didn't do so well and there were washouts and everything else, the fact that they came together as a team and still played as well as they did, I think is a real credit to them and Mr Graham in the coaching of them. I look at the ISA first grade soccer team. They came together on a Saturday and they've been playing together for a number of years now. And it's been a sort of vertical team with boys from year 9 through to year 12 playing in it. But the fact that they played so well, and I know one game, they were looking at the side they were playing against and they were beating them very easily. And in the end, just to make it a game, they took boys off their team so the second half would be more of a competitive game for those boys. Because I'm sure we can appreciate the fact that no team wins when they get beaten well and truly, let's say 100-0 in rugby league. So there are no winners or losers in that. And that was typical of that soccer team. And I think what they did that particular day when I watched it was very impressive. We move past that and we look at the one-day sports. We had the swimming, and we've heard a lot about swimming up here tonight and the talents of the gentlemen with it. But we've won that swimming trophy for the last 3 years in a row now, and we seem to go from strength to strength with it. We look at the cross-country. We've heard boys, many of them in cross-country and triathlons. We came second in that this year, I believe. I look at the golf, the fact that we came second last year, but we brought that shield back home again this year, so that's one more shield for them. Then we went to the athletics last week, and the athletics is an amazing story. The fact that we won the aggregate shield for 16 years in a row, there wouldn't be any other school in Sydney that can boast that statistic. And when I was talking to the gentleman this morning about it, and Mr Harrison, who's been with that team for about 30 years now, and he's always looked after it, and some of the stats he had, the junior and the aggregate shield, he's won 26 out of 30 years with it. And the senior shield was something like 27 out of 30 years. Now, once again, we're not a selective sports high school, but when I looked at what happened at the Athletic Carnival last week, they had 112 events, and we had a boy in every event. And that's led by these gentlemen setting the right example for the younger boys. The fact that some schools turned up and only placed boys in 30 events, so it's no wonder that they're so far out in front. So when you look at the success on the sporting field, it's almost legendary. And when I look at the athletics, there was a book written about the St George winning the premierships, never before, never again. And I'm pretty sure you could write the same book about the athletics here at St Greg's. You look at the cultural side of the college, and this year again, it was a standout. The fact that they went into the debating competition, they did so well in it. The fact that we've got boys who can get up and speak so well in public. Even when I was reflecting on the number of boys who got up here tonight and spoke, and I've looked back over the seasons, and at different times when I go to games on weekends in particular, the captain has to get up and give a thank you speech, whether it's the cricket or the rugby union or the soccer. But they have to get up and be able to put two words together. And to watch these gentlemen, you would say, develop over that time has been very pleasing. And I think in particular, the rugby union springs to mind because that was the last one I saw. And when I looked at the progress and development of the captain in delivering the afternoon speeches, I could see a major improvement there. But as again, what I said, seeing these gentlemen get up tonight and deliver these speeches with the confidence they did and the fluency was very impressive. I look at the show cattle and sheep. We go to shows all around the state, and once again, against any other school, we always come up first. But when we look at the commercial growers of the sheep and the cattle, we're very competitive against them. And when you think I give them a budget of $10, they're working on budgets of millions. So the fact that these gentlemen do so well when they go out there is a real credit to the people who are working with them and those people themselves. When I look at the music side of life, I think we've heard one or two boys come up here and get noticed for being in the band. The band's a very important part of the college. The fact that we have boys who are prepared to go out and practice every Friday afternoon from 3:30 to 4:30, working there on the band. And you look at our band now, and our seniors set the role modelling for the rest. And we have a junior, we have an intermediate, and we have a senior stage of that band. And that's why they're so good, because these gentlemen role model for the others coming after them. We look at the musical. It was outstanding, I believe, this year. The fact that we had crowds of 500, 800 and 1,300. And the fact that boys were prepared to get up and stand on a stage, I'm sure it'd be terrifying to actually get up there and do it. And many people in front of me, I'm sure, would much rather play front row forward than have to get up and sing on a stage by themselves or have to give a speech. The fact that Don Robinson got up here tonight and sang that song in front of everyone, I mean, there's no way I could do it, but I'm very impressed with the courage and the confidence that he has to be able to do that. And I think that's a very important thing about the musical. I've always encouraged it because I believe it gives anyone who goes into it that stance of confidence, and we need confidence to get through life with, and that's the important part about it. As I said, there's a lot of talent sitting here in front of us, one sport area or across the board. Those things are very important because that's what St Greg's is about. But I think we're more than that. And I suppose a couple of examples I've seen this year where I've noticed it, and I'm going to single out the 3rd grade cricket team and the 5th grade cricket team in particular, because there are a couple of things that happened there that I thought they're sort of things that we don't want to lose in the college. We've had teams come together, and the 5th grade cricket team is most probably the example of it, where they came together as a team because they wanted to play together under the banner of St Greg's in their last year at the college. I'm sure, they most probably contradict me, but I'm sure they didn't think they were going to make the final because they were the 5th grade cricket team, and yet they did. And yet one of the things I noticed about it was the camaraderie, the mateship of them, the fact that they'd be down there on a Thursday and they were always a very happy bunch to be around. You could run into them at lunchtime. They'd always be willing to talk about the cricket and what was going to happen on the Thursday. I remember the final between the 3rd grade and the 5th grade. There was a 1st grade game going on, and I remember one particular person who most probably should have been watching more about the 1st grade was actually coming over and watching the 3rd and 5th grade. And I'm sure it was because of the fun they were having in that 3rd, 5th grade match. I look at the 3rd grade side, and there was a young boy who had been rejected in the Year 8 team. And I didn't understand why at the time, because he played in the Year 7 premiership team and also played reps outside of school. But they rejected him, and the third grade were offered him, and they took him up. They were very impressed after the first week because he took most wickets and made the most runs. But the way they looked after that young man for the whole season, they made him feel very welcome to be part of that team. And I think those sort of things are very important. When we're talking about the team and the spirit and the camaraderie, those two examples are what we're on about here at St Greg's. I suppose when I also look at the rugby league and I look at the cheering, that was another thing that struck me greatly about the fact that, yes, the boys were out there playing the football who were talented in that area, but a lot of boys went along to those games to cheer. And it took the leaders of Year 12 to stand up and lead the cheering. And when I watched a number of them out there cheering, like they wouldn't have been able to talk by the end of the day. They were just that enthusiastic about the support. And when I think of that semi-final, yes, the game against Erindale, 58-0, that would have been easy to leave that cheering. But on that last game where we lost it, and they kept going right till the end, every time it had died down, a couple of them would jump up again and encourage them to keep cheering. And I think to see that in action is what St Greg's is all about. So when I look at this Year 12 group, I think, yes, very talented, but I think more importantly, they're great human beings. And I think if we can put sports teams out there, cultural teams, music teams, debating teams, and we have this sort of people going out to represent us, we're very fortunate. But I want to thank the staff in particular. They're the ones who go out and support them, whether it's rain, hail or shine. They take them away overnights. Sometimes they're sleeping on the floor in school gyms where they go to in order so they can do the games and have fast turnarounds. It can't be easy taking teams away where they have quick turnarounds and trying to prepare the teams. We have people who go on the show cattle and they go for 4 or 5 days away from families and they're living in motels. They're not 5-star definitely, they'd be 2-star most probably because we're trying to keep the cost down. But they don't complain about it and they want to get out there and be part of it. And I think we're very fortunate with that. The fact that we look at the musical and we've got people doing the musical practice on weekends. Every Wednesday night it runs for about 15 weeks. Then they back it up with a couple of weekends before the actual final of it as well. It's very impressive to say the least. So on your behalf, gentlemen, I just want to say thank you to staff because I think they've done an amazing job, but also to you, the parents. You're the ones who, you're out here tonight supporting them. And I can only imagine with some of you, we talk about swimming, we know what goes into swimming and how many mornings and nights you have to do with that. But the fact that you don't complain about it, you're there to support them, that is important. We've got the boarding families who travel all over New South Wales just to come and watch a game. That's the sort of thing that makes St Greg's what it is as a community. So on their behalf, again, I thank you for doing the job that you do. Also, I'd just like to thank the staff who are here tonight. We've got a number of staff who are sick. Obviously, Mr Newell's not here. Mr Vetrano's not here because they are ill. But Mrs Sawyer stepped into the breach for us, Mrs Dean, Mr Graham, Mr Morrissey. Miss Ray was here and Mr Malone. And I thank them and Mr O'Brien also for bringing tonight together. In particular, Mr O'Brien, because he had to pick this up at the last minute when Mr Lance has gone on leave. And the fact that he's worked so hard to bring all this together, I'm very appreciative of that. So I thank the staff who are here tonight for their presence, but also for the work that you've done in bringing tonight together. Finally, I'll just say thank you to everyone. It's been a wonderful night from my point of view, so thanks very much.
Thank you, Mr Miller, and congratulations, gentlemen, on your contributions to the college. Many stories amongst all that co-curricular, and they're stories that you'll remember in years to come. I hope you've had an enjoyable evening and have a safe trip home. Thank you once again. Thank you.